All right, everybody, now that you're done with the lesson for today, you're gonna finish off with some stretches. Remember, we always like to end the lessons with stretches. It's a nice way to cool down your body, keep your muscles flexible, and reduce soreness in the muscles. Okay, soreness is like when your muscles get tired from whatever the activity is. Sometimes you don't feel it till later that day or the next day. When you stretch, it helps reduce that a little bit, okay? So we're gonna start with a tricep stretch. Triceps is in the back of your arm right here. You're gonna raise your hand and bend it behind your head like you're scratching your back. Take the other hand on that elbow and push it behind your head, okay? Don't push it on your head, push it behind your head, and you should feel the stretch right here on your triceps. Okay, as we hold these stretches, we're gonna hold them for about 15 seconds. If you can hold them a little bit longer, that's fine, that's great. You can always do these stretches on your own or pause the video to do it a little bit longer. The longer you stretch, the better it is for your muscles, all right? So let's go ahead and switch. Raise that other hand, bend it like you're gonna stretch your back. Hand on the elbow, push it behind your head. We always wanna stretch the right and left sides of our body, okay? We don't want one side to be more flexible than the other. We want it to be about even, as close as we can to get it. All right, so let's do that for a few more seconds here. And then stop. Let's do a deltoid stretch. Deltoid is the muscle in your shoulder. So we're gonna have one arm straight across our body, just like this. Take the other hand on that elbow, pull it towards you like you're giving it a big hug. Okay? You should feel the stretch right here in your shoulder. If you don't feel it, then you wanna pull it a little bit more, okay? If it starts to hurt you, then that means you're pulling too hard and you wanna do a little bit less, okay? So you kind of have to find what you feel on your body. All right, let's do that other arm, straight across, hand on the elbow, give it a nice hug, okay? Try to keep this arm straight as possible, okay? Sometimes I know you kind of want to bend this arm a little bit. You want to keep it nice and straight, okay, as you are doing this stretch. That's where you're going to get the most stretch, is if you keep it nice and straight while you're doing it. Okay, a few more seconds here. And stop. Next one we're going to do is the biceps. The biceps are the muscles in the front of your arms right here. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to put our fingers together like this. Okay, they call this interlock or interlace your fingers, but we're going to do it behind our back. Okay, so I'm doing that behind my back. I'm going to make my elbows as straight as I can, and I'm going to lift my arms behind me as high as I can go. Okay, but while you're doing it, you don't want to bend forward. You want to try to keep your body as straight as possible as you lift these arms up, okay? And then as you are doing that, you want to aim this part of your arms, okay, the front of your elbows, you want to aim them towards the ground, okay? So look, interlock your fingers, elbows straight, arms back, and then I'm kind of rotating my arms a little bit to make those the bend of my elbow point towards the ground. And I should be feeling this stretch in my biceps. Okay, that's the front part of my arm. I'm just gonna hold it for about 15 seconds. Now for this one, we're doing both arms at the same time, so we do not need to switch on this one. Okay, we do not need to switch. We're doing the right and left at the same time. All right. Now, the next stretch, I have a table here to hold on to. If you need to hold on to the table, you can, or a chair, or the wall, okay? This is a quadricep stretch. That is the front part of your leg or your thigh. Okay, you're gonna bend your leg behind you, grab with your ankle, and pull it behind you, okay? You wanna pull it until you can feel it on the front of your leg. If you cannot feel it, then you gotta pull it back just a tiny bit more. Again, you don't wanna be leaning forward. You kinda wanna be straight up, but you wanna pull on that leg. If you're losing your balance, hold on to that wall, hold on to that table, hold on to the chair. And when we're stretching, we kind of want to stay in one spot. We don't want to be moving around too much. All right? Let's go ahead and switch and do that other leg. So bend it behind you, grab it, pull it in back of you. Okay? Again, it's better to hold on to something than to be wobbling around, losing your balance. All right? This is for the quadriceps. This is the front part of your leg or thigh. All right, now, as we finish this one up, we're gonna head down to the ground. Now we're gonna do the hamstrings stretch. All right, the hamstrings is on the back part of your leg or thigh. Okay, so we did the front part, now we're gonna do the back part. We're gonna put one leg straight. We're gonna bend our other leg, put it up against the inside of our foot. This kind of looks like an upside down number 4. Try to keep this leg straight as you reach for your toes, okay? Now, you should feel the stretch in the back part of your leg right here. If you can reach your toes and you don't feel it yet, then try to go a little bit farther. Okay? If you can't reach your toes, that's all right. Just reach as far as you can where you can feel that stretch on the hamstrings, on the back part of the legs. Okay? A few more seconds here. And let's switch. So now I'm going to make the other leg straight. Bend this one. Again, kind of looks like an upside down 4. I'm leaning forward, trying to reach for my toes. Okay, try to keep this leg straight. It's better to keep this leg straight and you can't touch your toes. As long as you can feel the stretch, then you're touching your toes, but you're bending your knee to do it. Okay, so you want to keep it straight and reach. Okay, if you're touching the toes, you can even go a little bit farther as long as you keep this leg straight the whole time. Okay, again, holding it for about 15 seconds. So a couple more seconds here. And stop. All right, this one is going to be a hip stretch. This is actually called the adductor muscles. Those are the inside of your legs. Okay, you're going to put your feet together right here in front of you. Your knees are out to the side. You're going to grab kind of your ankles, right at your ankle where your foot and ankle meet. You're going to put your elbows on your knees and you're going to gently push down on your knees as you lean forward. Okay, so as my body's leaning forward, I'm gently pushing down. I'm trying to bring my knees as close to the ground as I can. If they don't touch the ground, that's okay. Just get them as close as you can. And you should feel the stretch right here on the inside of your legs. This is called the adductor muscles. Okay. Now, for some of you, you'll be able to get this knee really close to the ground. You can see mine's not quite there yet. Okay. If you want to, you can also bring your feet closer to you. Sometimes that'll make more of a stretch. Okay. You gotta feel on your body what you can do. All right. Again, this is another one where we're doing the right and left at the same time, so we do not need to switch on this one. All right, and let's go ahead and stop that one. And then one more stretch. This is called the latissimus dorsi stretch. The latissimus dorsi is the muscle in your back. It goes all up and down your back. Okay. For this one, you have to get on your knees. Okay, you want your knees a little bit apart right here. I'm going to reach my arms, my hands, as far in front of me as I can. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to try to get closer and closer to the ground. Okay? So I'm reaching my hands as far as I can, and then I can slowly bring my head closer and closer to the ground. If you can rest your head on the ground, if you can reach. But you want to reach those hands out, and you should feel the stretch all in your back. Okay? That's your latissimus dorsi. Sometimes they do this in yoga. It is called a child's pose. Okay, it's a very nice stretch for your back. Holding it for about 15 seconds. We do not need to switch on this one because we are doing both sides at the same time. All right, a few more seconds here. And go ahead and relax. All right, so those are the stretches. Remember, you're going to end every lesson with those stretches. When you're done with the stretches, go back on to the lesson. Click on that Google form, fill out the 1 or 2 questions that it has, and then you'll be ready to go for the next time. All right, see you later.